Hello everyone, it's Pam here with Tattered Paper and Lace, and today I am back with the Margarete Millers 52-week collage challenge, and we are on week 47. I am doing this one a little differently. I am not really comfortable with doing this in front of the camera, but today I'm going to try that because that is going to be hopefully my new way of doing this. Because you all seem to enjoy the process, and so I'm going to try my best. Now I have already pre-planned, so I already have my things that I've pulled out here and things that I hope to be able to accomplish and do. So first let's go over the prompts. And first we need a key, your handwriting, something that represents an event, winter, origami or anything folded, and the bonus is something painted. I again think that I can do all of these things. I'm hoping that what I want to do works, and we'll see if it does or not. So what I have here is for the key. Now I have a lot of metal keys and charms and things like that, but this is getting a little bulky and I didn't want to bulk it up any more than necessary. So I also have fabric that has all sorts of keys, so from little keys to bigger keys. This is about the biggest key that it has, and something that I don't think I've mentioned before in doing this collage. This book, the pages are perforated right here, and the paper is not the best quality. So I have been, and if you can go back and look at my other videos, I didn't necessarily point it out, but I try my best to cover some of this perforation with something that's on the collage because I don't want it to pull out of the book. So I'm taking this key and I'm going to put it right here so it will go over the perforation. And that is my key right here. So it's not really a story, but it is, I will tell you how all the things link together. So my handwriting and the something folded, I was going to do something origami, but I didn't. So I just did something folded, and this is my folded piece of paper, and I have my handwriting on it. So the key to a good life or happiness or whatever you want to say is to reflect upon your present blessing. And that's a quote from Charles Dickens. So I am using that. I wrote that in my own handwriting. And that is a key to success or happiness or however you want to make that. But that's the key to that. And this is reflect upon your present blessings. So that is my handwriting and something folded. Then I found this image in a magazine, and I believe it was a Reminisce magazine. It could have been Good Old Days, but it was one of those two. And this represents winter. So what I have here is this man has gone deer hunting, and you can see he's got, it's like 1947. It says right here. I kept the little description here of what this picture was. So this was in 1947, and this man went deer hunting on Thanksgiving Day, so he was late for Thanksgiving dinner. So this represents winter because it's snowing, and so that is my representation. That's one of my representations of winter, and I'm going to put that right there. Then something that represents an event. Well, this could also represent the event, but I am going to use these stickers right here that says Thanksgiving because he was late to Thanksgiving dinner, and Thanksgiving is the event. So I'm putting that there. And then my other representation of winter is a wooden snowflake that I'm going to put right here. Now, I've got one more thing I have to do to complete all of the prompts, and this one I'm doing with you online. let's see here. I want to, these are stickers, but they don't stick very good, so I will be gluing those down. But I'm just going to move that over a bit. And I'll probably have to stand to get that straight. Now see, I said it didn't stick good, and now it's sticking really good. That's funny. That's the way of the world. Okay, and I'm going to stagger these. So this came from a scrapbooking pack that I had, and I'm going to put those something like that. And this I'm going to do something like this. Now, what I am going to do for something painted is I have this stencil spray, which does not spray. The spray thing doesn't work anymore. So it is a watered down white paint, and I am going to attempt, I hope, to, gotta get me a little paintbrush. I forgot to get that. I'm going to attempt to paint this snowflake with, here's my brush. I'm going to attempt to, and here's my little bowl. I'm going to pour some in. And this is, I'm going to attempt to, whoops, I am, making a mess because it's very watery. So I'm making a mess. I just got it all over my little, neat little mat that I film with here. That's, you know, I've got this white background wood grain back here, so you can't see the mess on my desk because there's a mess on my desk. I'm working on Christmas right now. So let me get my tweezers, and I am going to take this and attempt to paint this, and I probably should get my I'm gonna have to, well, let's do it on top. I'm gonna try to not make a mess. That's not guaranteed at all. So we're just gonna, and I don't want it to be real white, so that's why I'm using this watery paint. And I actually will probably paint it on and then wipe it off, because I really don't want it to be stark white. It won't show, for one, it won't show up as much. Okay, so that looks good right there. Now I'm just gonna wipe it back off. Yeah, I want it to be a little bit whitewashed. So that's pretty good. So that's the other side, and then that's now the white side. And I didn't get it wiped off as much as I'd have liked to have. So I'm going to, let's try this, because that's a little bit more white than I wanted. So I'm going to spray it with some water and see if I can get it to wipe off a little bit more. And in the meantime, getting it all over my hands. Okay, that's a little bit better. I wanted it to have the sort of wood effect. So that's the unpainted side, and that's the painted side. So that's pretty good, I think. That's pretty much what I wanted to accomplish there. I still wanted it to look sort of wood colored, but just a little whitewash of white, and I think that works well. So that is my plan here for this. Let me get my paintbrush in some water, and then I'll have one more step after I get it all glued down. So how I go about this, first off, I want to oh, we got some water on that. We didn't want to do that. Okay, first off, I want to glue this closed. My fold, I want to glue closed, but I don't want it to be completely flat. So I'm just going to do it right across the fold. Well, this side can probably fold completely flat, but I'm not going to make it. And I'm just going to do it right across the fold there rather than all the way to the end. I just want it to help it lay down, but I want it to still be a flap. So I don't want it to be, you know, laid down all the way. So that is that. I need another tissue. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is glue down this this key. It's the first thing. And I use, this is art glitter glue, and I use that for 99% of what I do. I rarely use Fabri-Tac. I have found that art glitter glue will stick metal to paper. It'll stick paper to vellum. It'll stick fabric to paper. It'll stick fabric to fabric. I have never had a problem. I want this to be central. So I'll put it about like that. And that will hopefully help this page, the perforation on this page, to not happen, to not tear. But I have found that art glitter glue, it will glue anything for me. It does vellum wonderfully because it completely disappears. You don't put a whole lot of, big globs or anything. And this little piece of paper, lined paper with these stars on the side, is from one of those Christmas magnetic pads that you can put on your fridge. And I'm going to kind of, I may cut off the little bit down there, but I want it to be a little bit over this, and I want this to be a little bit over it. And I want it to be like in this corner right here, kind of evenly spaced. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and I also don't have trouble with art glitter glue on magazines, because yes, it shows the lines, but once it's dry, it does not. And I have a little trick I will show you to that. So I want this to be, with a little border around it. I have, so I used to hang wallpaper. So I have a wallpaper seam roller, and I use that to spread out. It's kind of like a brayer, but it's a wood roller on it. So I just put that there because I know that's where I want it to be. And so I'm just going to put this here, kind of at an angle. And I want that to be kind of like that. Yes. Okay, so that's where this is going to be. So we're going to do this down next. And anyway, so I just put just a little bit of glue, and I love these little bottles. This is a little tiny one. Yeah, I got it from Temu, and I love this little bottle. So I don't ever use my art glitter glue bottle anymore. I keep it full because if I have a big area, then I use it because it will do a bigger area quicker. Okay, so we're going to put that down just like that. And I'll take my little roller and spread that out. And then I'm going to finish doing this. So if you don't have one of these little tiny bottles, it's great. You use a lot less glue, and I love it. So I, again, don't mind. I sometimes use a glue stick, but see, I'm putting just such a thin coat that it really doesn't. And I have found that yes, you do see it, but once it's dry, I have all this whole journal. I have or this whole glue book, or whatever you want to call it, collage book. I have, see, you do see where the glue is right now. I'll show you up close. You do see right here, you see where the glue is right there. But once this is dry, that goes away. You absolutely don't see it. Or at least I don't. Maybe I don't see well, but I don't see it. Okay, so we're going to use our, this is going to go here, and my snowflake is going to go up here. And I want it to, I want these to kind of frame this. I want this, and I want this to, so I didn't get this in exactly the right place, but that's okay. We'll just do it like that. Yes, that's what I'll do. Because I wanted to kind of go over this corner here and frame the thanks right there. And that looks like that's going to do well. So this is, I'm using this art glitter glue on the wood. It'll do perfectly to the paper. It will stay. I've never had any problems. So this is my primary glue. I use it, like I said, 99% of the time. There is occasions I have some heavy duty PVA glue I use when I am when I'm doing a hidden hollowback spine journal. I'll put the signatures in that I've sewn to the, to the card or whatever that I've used to sew the signatures into, and I'll glue that into the book with my heavy duty PVA glue, just because it's going to be holding some weight. But I have also used art glitter glue for that and have never had a problem. I mean, it just, the stuff is amazing. Okay, so that's my other symbol for winter. And it never snows here at Thanksgiving. I'm in Georgia. It never snows here for Thanksgiving. We have rarely had snow at Christmas. We had snow, I don't know, probably in the 80s. Sometime in the 80s. I'm going to put some glue on this. For before Christmas, once that I remember, and the reason I remember, I was going to New York to visit my brother, and I think it was December the 4th, or something like that, and it snowed, and I was supposed to drive to Birmingham, Alabama to catch the flight, because I could get a cheaper flight coming out of Birmingham, even though I live in Georgia. And because it snowed, called the airline and said, I'm not going to be able to get to Alabama to catch my flight. Can I catch it? Because it was coming through Atlanta. I said, can I catch it in Atlanta coming through so that I don't have to drive all the way to Birmingham? And the agent said I could if I did not check my baggage. I said, not a problem. So I went. I didn't check my baggage. I got the cheaper price, and I still only had to drive to the Atlanta airport, which was about 45 minutes from me at the time. Okay, so that is my collage. Now, let's go over everything. So I have a key. Your handwriting is here. Something that represents an event. Winter. Origami folded, or anything folded, and that piece of paper is folded, and then something painted. I whitewashed my snowflake. Now, the other thing I am considering doing, and this always scares me because it doesn't always turn out exactly like one would like for it to, and that is, I was going to do some white splatters. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. I was going to do some white splatters. I have more paint over here. And I use a fan brush as a splatter thingy. And I'm scared. I'm really scared. Let me get my splatter box here. And let's see. So let me. Okay, so I'm in my splatter box here. And I really, it's a little scary. I don't want to splatter his face. And anything else can kind of sort of be splattered. Let's just make an attempt. Let me get my bone folder. Okay. Okay, I'm good. That's good. It's okay. A little heavier splatters than I would have liked, but I'm okay with that. So we're going to leave it at that. Now I will say, so now I've got to let that dry. Let me get this out of the way. Don't you love my splatter box? It really is cool. I'm going to use that for something later. I don't know what. Okay, so I also And I probably should do some splatters over here as well. I didn't think about that. Let's get this off. Okay. So that's pretty good. I'm not too sad with that. I like to put my prompts over on this side. And all I have this time is the key. I just put a little something that has to do with the collage. So all I'm doing this time is I'm going to put this key over here. This other fabric key. I had a snowflake postage stamp I was going to use and I couldn't find it. So we'll put that later if I decide it needs it. But anyway, so this is what I'm going to do over here. So let me go ahead and do that. So now you are seeing my process. And let me know what you think. Do you like seeing the process? I think most people do. They turn it on and craft while they're listening or watching or, you know, whatever. And that's good. So I've decided I'm going to try this and do it this way. Most people do it this way. There's one other lady I know that does not do hers on camera either. But I've decided, again, I'm not getting very many comments, and I'm still getting some views, and that's not too bad, but I'm not getting a lot of comments. And I thought maybe if I showed the process and gave you, you know, my idea of how I do things, that it might be more interesting and some more people might comment. So this is what I'm doing on this side for my prompts. I'm also going to splatter. Again, I'm not going to get my box back out, but I'm just going to hopefully splatter a little bit around here. And that's good enough. Okay, let's go back over the prompts. So I have a key, and I think we went over them before. Yeah, we did. But the key to happiness and success and less stress to me, I'm having white paint off my board here if you wonder what I'm doing, is to reflect upon present blessings. And that is a Charles Dickens quote. And I think that is a very good statement. So that is the key to happiness or success. Or I'm going to wipe that off. And I'm going to wipe this one off too. They won't dry yet. Okay, because that one smeared up there. I got it on my coat, I think, my jacket. I did. Well, this is my crafting jacket, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, and this is what this man, see, I did it there too. But we're just going to wipe it off because it's not really dry. Okay. And that's what this man is doing. He is reflecting upon his present blessings, which he was able to go hunting and was able to get a deer, and therefore able, I'm going to wipe this one off too, and therefore able to provide for his family. Now, they're not having the deer for Thanksgiving, I would not imagine, but he is getting it for future meals. So, and then Thanksgiving is all about your blessings and what you're thankful and grateful for. So that's kind of how it loosely all ties together. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and that you will give me a thumbs up and a comment. And I appreciate all of my subscribers, those who have joined lately. Thank you for coming along. I hope you will come back. And those who have been with me from the beginning, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you watching and commenting, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.